Let me think about that one.
Well, that's difficult.
Trying to think of a coherent answer.
That's a difficult one. Yeah. Repeat it again, sorry.
It's interesting because I've been in banking for 20 years and I've never seen the excitement or activity in banking around fintech and how fintech is driving innovation and driving the banks to look at outside their own four walls and think, actually, where are we going to be positioned? What is our business going to be like? So the biggest thing is, one, the banks opening up and changing the way they do business and seeing that they need to participate but not knowing how. What I'm also seeing is that the banks is wasting all the startups' time. And secondly, the regulatory side. There's a whole set of regulation around new things that are happening in banking, and I don't think the regulators got the handle on how to regulate the industry.
I think the biggest challenge for banks over the next 2 years is probably going to be interacting with other people within the market or within the ecosystem. And traditionally, they've always worked on their own or looked after their individual customers. But in order to be able to develop new systems, technology, they're going to have to work with other people and open up some of their systems to new entrants.
I think the fintechs are not, I'm not sure that they're going to win the race, but they're going to force them to change the way of thinking. And the banks are going to have to be able to measure the risks differently than they do today and understand what the customer wants.
I think the challenge that banks are facing is then people are more and more demanding about instant and mobile. So your interaction with your app on your phone is key. And I think that large companies that have legacy systems that aren't designed for that find it very hard to be relevant. So I think that the biggest challenge they face the next 2 years is how do they simplify their option so a customer doesn't have to go into a branch and can purely interact and get the products they need instantly without the bureaucracy or the paperwork. And that's a challenge for banks, it's also a challenge for regulators.
I think it's companies like Amazon and Facebook who are starting to do most of the routine transactional business. I think for me the challenge will probably be that they are so big and they move so slowly that they might have to have maybe smaller divisions that can do more innovation and bring products to market so that they can change that the way they are structured right now, and there's so much regulation in banking that they just can't do it.
I think the biggest challenge would be more, I would say, to interact with so many players all over the environment. And now you have to interact with everybody, with the technology, with the wallet provider, with the acquirer, with the issuer, and then it's difficult now to interact with everybody at the same time and to get synchronized.
I think the technology, they need to adapt to the mobile technology. And not all the banks are really investing in this, in the innovation, having the capabilities to offer this to the consumer.